Meanwhile, Thor, transformed back to Dr. Don Blake, listens to a special news bulletin.
A supernatural event has occurred in New York. The UN building has taken off into space.
It's a situation that cannot be handled by any meek mortal. It needs the power of the mighty Thor.
While Thor takes to the air, Sandu carries out his grim plan.
Hear me, delegates of the United Nations. Proclaim me absolute ruler of the earth, or I shall levitate this building to the stars themselves.
The man's mad. Humor him.
Look! Here comes Thor!
At last, the moment I have awaited. Thor has arrived at the scene. Now I will have the pleasure of seeing Sandu defeat the mighty Thunder God.
Sandu, those people are not warriors. Return them safely to the ground and prepare to battle one who is more than your equal.
Teleporting the building back to Earth, Sandu himself descends, with the Thunder God in pursuit.
That derrick and those girders, all I need do is concentrate, and I can teleport them into the air right behind me.
Those girders, hurtling toward me.
It worked like a charm. There goes the mighty Thor, plummeting to the ground.
Has the mighty Thor at last met defeat through Loki's human accomplice?
Look! Thor is stunned.
Get back, or you too shall feel the wrath of Sandu. And now I command those chains to float over to my foe and bind him. But still I am not done with him, not until he is completely helpless.
Look! He's lifting the building.
He's making a drift toward Thor.
I've imprisoned him. He'll never escape from there. Thor is doomed.
And indeed it does seem that Thor is finished, even to Loki, watching from Asgard.
At last I've been revenged. Thor, my ancient enemy, never again will oppose me.
But while Loki rejoices, an unexpected event takes place. Thor regains consciousness, and at that moment...
You're under arrest. We saw the whole thing.
Ha! You think mere weapons can frighten Sandu? Go ahead. Shoot.
My bullets! They just dropped to the ground.
With my mental power of levitation, I can control the movements of anything, even bullets.
The revolver, it floated out of my hand, and it's aiming at me.
I've no need to harm such helpless foes. Instead, I'll simply transport you all back to the city.
Thor, chained and helpless, summons his father Odin across the void.
Almighty Odin, hear these words.
And the ruler of Asgard responds.
Noble father, grant me the power to rise again and vanquish my foe.
Long has thy belt of strength been in my charge. Now I shall command the Valkyries to bring it to thee.
At Odin's bidding, the mystic maidens descend, carrying the enchanted belt of strength. They reach the stricken thunder god, girding the belt around his waist. As the Valkyries depart, the body of Thor surges with new vitality.
Once again I have power. Once again I am Thor. I'll be winging aloft in a few seconds. Then let Sandu beware.
Look! It's Thor! He's free!
Now for the moment of reckoning.
I must separate him from his hammer. My only chance.
Impudent clod! The mighty Thor fears nothing that lives.
It missed me. I separated Thor from his hammer. Now they are in two different dimensions.
Without my mallet, my power will leave me.
There's no other way for Thor to enter the other dimension to retrieve his hammer. The Thunder God is finished.
But when the evil human attempts to lift the enchanted mallet,
It won't budge. I don't understand it. I'll have to use my mental powers and lift it by levitation. I still can't move it, no matter how hard I concentrate.
No, stop. Nobody but Thor can lift the hammer. The mallet's enchantment is invincible.
but Sandu keeps straining his power of concentration until finally he causes a mental short circuit.
What happened? I'm back in my own dimension again.
The hammer. It just returned in time. And now to settle a score.
Stop! Stay back! All my power is gone! I can't teleport myself! I'll defeat it!
I could hurl you halfway around the world, but you are now beneath the notice of the God of Thunder.
We'll take him, Thor. From now on, he'll give us no more trouble.
He's due for a long stretch in prison. And in a remote part of Asgard,
That brainless mortal fouled up my plan.
while within the palace,
Once more you have overcome the evil Loki, but he will never rest until he steals your hammer and your strength.
His sorcery is indeed powerful, if he would but use it for good instead of revenge.
That he will never do. Go back to Earth, my son, and continue your fight for right. I shall find a better way to imprison the sinister Loki.
I hope so, Father. If Loki ever breaks free, all the hammers in the world might not stop him.
and so the Thunder God returns to Earth, his Uru hammer held high, in readiness to strike wherever injustice prevails.
Cross the rainbow bridge of Asgard.
Tomorrow evening at 6 Hong Kong, it's The Incredible Hulk. And stay with us now for Voltron.